Howdy, howdy, and welcome to another wonderful trash take. So, the government apocalypse is finally upon us. If you don't know what I mean, Elon Musk has been very adamant that he needs to step up his game and save the government more money. The easiest way to do that is in subscriptions, which they've already basically gotten all the ones they can, and close down unwanted spaces or unneeded spaces where they don't have office workers there and they're just holding onto a building for no reason. And the firing employees, it's been kind of hit or miss. A lot of people at USA got laid off, but some judges have also sued to stop them from being laid off, but then I think they also got overturned, so I think they're already laid off. There's a lot of people getting sued. There's a lot of lawsuits going around. I don't really know what's final as of now, but I did see something interesting about a bunch of people at the parks, the national parks. They fired a bunch of rangers at the national parks all around the United States, but apparently that's also now been reversed from what I'm seeing. It's kind of hard to get some decent information because what you get from Trump is you get Trump. When you get from Elon is hit or miss on whether or not Elon wants to share that information. But one thing that Elon did say is, one thing that Trump did tweet out was that Elon needed to step up his game rapidly with what was going on with Doge, and Elon was basically like, sir, yes, sir. And now we have this. This has apparently gone out to basically everyone that works for the government across the board. I'm seeing all over Twitter. Even one of my family members called me and said they got one, which was hilarious to see, but it's like that Office Space meme of, so what'd you do this week? Basically trying to figure out who's actually needed at these companies and who isn't. And I genuinely think this might work for some people. If you're a parasite and you've basically survived with the taxpayer fund for years, gone under the radar, I imagine you'll be using ChatGTP or Grok 3 now, because apparently Elon's AI is upgraded to figure out how to save your ass here. But I also imagine there's going to be some elderly people that don't reply to this. It's pretty interesting here. If you do notice this email, like I said, I'm making this video today. This is timestamped basically 5 p.m. on Saturday. This is a deadline of Monday, 11 p.m. So you basically have till midnight on Monday to respond to it, or you're automatically fired, is what it was looking like. I'm seeing very similar to this, but I was under the impression if you don't reply to the email, it's an automatic resignation is what it will be treated as too. I believe that comes from Elon Musk. From a tweet that came from Elon, obviously the best way to get in contact with any government employee now, especially if you're in the Trump administration, is Twitter. Consistent with the president reeled on Trump's instruction, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. And like I said, if you don't know the Office Space meme, this is basically it. So this is basically it. And people were waiting for the text message to come out. It's very like, give 5 points of what you did. Don't send classified information. And hopefully the Doge kids like your answer, because I don't know who's going to be reading through all these millions of emails. Because apparently there's close to 3 million... There's close to 3 million people working for the federal government across all branches, across all states. So I'll be curious to see. So I'll be very curious to see how they handle sorting through 3 million emails. What I bet they will do, though, is apply a basic like search function and automatically find any that say all 5 same things. And if it says all the same thing as someone else, they're going to assume you copied and pasted from a coworker, and that's probably going to get you fired on the spot. That's my best guess here. Genuinely, I don't know who else is going to sort through 3 million responses. Maybe he's going to feed it to Grok, and like Grok's going to say whether or not they should fire this person. But I feel like you're going to need some kind of context with your position to determine whether or not what you did that week is big or not. I mean, if you work at the post office, 5 things you did: I sorted mail, I helped customers, I delivered mail, I didn't shoot up the post office. Like, what? Some of these positions I genuinely don't know how you would answer, which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, the government apocalypse is now upon us. Rest in peace, everyone that works for the government. All those park rangers that apparently got fired and then rehired are probably about to get fired again. What'd you do this week? I looked at rocks. I walked around on nature trails. Like, that sounds like a badass answer. And then if they don't realize what your job actually is, and they think you're like some tech sector nerd, you're probably getting fired on the spot. Like, I genuinely don't know how this is going to go. I imagine we're about to see a lot of more emotional blackmail from people saying, I've worked here for 10 years and I'm getting fired because Elon didn't like my answer. And then it's going to be like they've done nothing in all that time and they've been a parasite to the taxpayer dime. But then, like I said on the other, like at the start of this, there's probably some decent old people or some people that will be fired off this because they don't respond in a way Elon likes, because he's upped his game. So just for reference, this is what I saw earlier today where he said he needed to step up his game. Basically, this is what Trump put out. Notice that is not actually Twitter. That's Truth Social. That's not Twitter. That's Truth Social. That's why it's a picture, not a not a tweet. Trump still uses Truth Social, which I didn't know was still around until a few weeks ago, which is fucking hilarious. But Elon is doing a great job, but I would like to see him get more and more aggressive. Remember, we have a country to save, but ultimately to make greater than ever before, MAGAs. So I guess that's what Elon decided. He's like, you know what? Let's do the meme. Let's ask everyone what they did this week. And if they can't respond with 5 things, automatically fired. If they don't reply, automatically fired. So I imagine every single person in the government's going to have a rough Monday. He's already probably having a rough night with the news too. Going to have a rough Sunday. I assume everyone's sweating bullets basically. But yeah, I thought this was kind of hilarious. I saw that Trump did an hour-long thing at CPAC, which I think is the Conservative Political Action Committee. I know PAC is normally Political Action Committee, but I don't know what CPAC is. I think it's just the Conservatives like big thing, maybe like the DNC. No, that's the RNC, right? Well, it wasn't the RNC. I don't know. What I'm getting at is I tried to watch that earlier today, and I was like, oh, I'll just look when Trump's done. And after Trump finished, it was an hour long, so I don't want to make a video on that. And then while I was watching it, I just saw it on YouTube and it pulled up some Fox live feed. I couldn't find another live feed of it, but it had that fucking Argentinian guy on there that just did a rug pull on his entire country with a crypto scam that's going to be legendary. And he was speaking on the Fox live stream. And there were no subtitles. It was just straight up him speaking whatever language they speak over there. And no one could understand it. And the chat was fucking hilarious because everyone's basically typing in English like, what the fuck is happening? And he spoke for like an hour. And that's what I watched. I see watch. I just had RuneScape up on one monitor and was listening to it. And basically muted it after a while because when you don't understand a language and then randomly everyone starts clapping, I'm just like, what is this schizo shit? But obviously they were translating it live. But Fox, being the genius platform that they are, didn't care, did not know, did not show it. They were stupid as shit, and they just had it up there, and no one understood that shit. Yeah, that's all I had today, though. Just wanted to wish everyone in the government a good luck. Have a good weekend. This might be your last day at your job. If you get fired, and you probably shouldn't have, please let me know. If you should be fired and you haven't, please let me know as well, so I can report you to Doge. There's no reward for it. I'm just doing my civil. I'm just doing my duty as an American citizen to save my fellow American citizens' taxpayer funds. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful time. If you like the video, feel free to like it, comment down below, or subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, later.